Hey everybody, Ron and Joanne from Live and Retire. How you doing? It is beautiful today. Warm. Spring is getting here, folks. We're just kind of checking in, saying hi to y'all, and kind of show you a few little repairs we had to make because we had a little bit of storm damage a while back. Not on the house, thank goodness. The house is fine. And we didn't lose any trees, but lost a few little small items. Hear that bird? Man, I love it. One thing I did have to replace. You can see that, my big old 18-foot antenna. I had to get me a new one. Fortunately, they're not too expensive. Just didn't buy groceries last week. Serious. But I had one just like that up in this tree. Tree survived good, but it weaved back and forth. I had up in the middle, the old one, it took a beating. It's about 20 years old. It's time to have a time to change anyway. But it could be repaired. It's gonna take a lot of work. I do have it dismantled, but there's some breaks in the fiberglass, and so anyway, I got a new one. Yes, I like my communications. Even though that is tuned right now to CB bands, I can pick up about 4 ham bands. So I do got a couple people, I think, on my friends list that do kind of understand stuff like this. I do have the pole grounded off to a grounding rod. And one thing I did different on this kind of antenna, I made some PVC little brackets to keep the coax off. Because with these kind of antennas, part of the pole and sometimes a coax can radiate and frequency. It kind of becomes part of the antenna. So actually it's worked good. This morning I checked in and I was talking on the West Coast and California, Arizona, Washington State, and I was loud. It does work. Like I said, I do believe in comms. There's my other one. I had my 2-meter beam, the picture I had on my Facebook. You can see the rotor way up there. I left that just in case if I ever decide to change something. I'll find a different place for my 2-meter. Right now, I'm a little bit bigger in 11-meter and CB bands, and my radios do go to many other bands. I mean, there's a lot of unlisted, let's say, radio channels there. But anyway, don't know if I don't think I ever put this on video. You can kind of see a little rock trail. I gotta fix this because that got pulled up because over there my other antenna was going up and I had a pipe underground that was my cable was running to. When I was pulling it up, I pulled some of that. What that is a little mini French drain that goes up and goes inside the garden. When we have storms here, all of this area here gets flooded. It's a little bit low depression. This one time got so bad, I was gonna get me some catfish. Me and my neighbor, we catch a lot of the runoff from the yards behind us because they're at an angle coming down. And he was really getting hammered too. He was catching that rain plus my overflow. He wasn't complaining. I mean, it is what it is, but I did it to not only help me to drain mine off quickly, but hopefully to prevent his yard from getting hit. And so I've got a pipe, cut some notches in it, covered it with a drainable cloth, and put rocks on top so it collects and channels the water, goes out beyond the gate, underneath the grass. There's a pipe and it drains out. So that helps. He made comments a few days ago. He says it's working. He says I'm not getting the buildup of water like I used to. He appreciated it. So that's cool. Look at that lazy dog. He's getting old like me. One day I won't have him no more. He's Mocha. Mocha. Mocha, Mocha. He says, don't bother me. Hey, there's Peanut. Peanut, get some airtime, buddy. Hey, he's a good boy. He's cool. Hey, I got a little praise report on my solar stuff. You know, like I said, I'm new to this, and some things I may not understand completely. I was trying to do this to keep my electric bill down, but I didn't realize I was adding to the cost by depending so much on my charger maintainer to keep the batteries charged up, especially at nighttime when I'm running stuff. So after thinking about it, I realized that during the day when it's sunny, when we have sunny days, to plug everything up, to be running off of solar. Then when it starts getting to the time of day when the sun starts to go down, before the batteries get depleted, I pull it off of solar and I put it back on house current, which means we're only running, you know, half the amount of house current that we used to. That's been working. Like I said, I've got a timer in that box, and at different intervals it kicks on, you know, about 5 amps, throws it in. I think I got it one time at 12 o'clock. I've got it set for it to come on for about 30 minutes because of the big tree behind us. It kind of blocks a little bit of the sun off the panels. And then it's off for the rest of the day. And then as it starts getting into the evening, about every 2 or 3 hours, it pops on for about 30 minutes. So that's been working. When I got my last bill, you know, it was pretty high. It surprised me. It was $188. It's like, what? Then after sitting and thinking, I realized, you know, that I'm dependent on this charger maintainer too much. So following that practice of unhooking everything and switching back over as it starts getting dark paid off. My last bill I got 2 days ago, $106. It works. I was trying to get in here and clean up the fire pit area, spraying some homemade grass killer. I mean, it was getting pretty infested with the grass and weeds. My white tarp met its maker, I guess, during the storms that we've been having, and it totally got destroyed. I realized I had a thin, very lightweight camo. A few good winds, this thing will not survive, but for right now, it'll do. It's a little bit bigger than what I intended. I had it over my garden last year to keep the topsoil from washing off. It's got a couple little bad areas that I try to put some tape on until I can afford to get me a probably 16 wide from that way. Works good. Before I had it like only 8 feet going across the pole. I like to go to 10, so something like a 16 by 10 I think is going to be perfect. I kind of like the camo look though. Keeps me a little hidden from the airplanes flying over. My little gazebo, grilling gazebo, I had a canvas top. Storm took it, destroyed it. So what I did is I went and picked up some of these cheap, thin side privacy boards and got me 3 2x4s, ran it across, secured them, and then put the other boards across top and screwed them in. Looked around and found I had a thin, another light duty tarp, and it's actually almost the size of what I needed for that top, just to keep it waterproof a little bit. So I stapled that in the fire pit area. You see where that stuff works pretty good. Vinegar, dish liquid, and salt. I sprayed it about twice. It's killing it off. Probably what I'll do now is get my little propane tank, my little burner, just go over here real light, hit that and burn all that stuff off. This is our little getaway. I call it my vacation zone because I really don't have no desire of traveling. Don't have the funds to do it, but I don't know. The world's getting to be a very disturbing place now. I just don't want to be far from home anymore. This is real soft wood up there, and after I'd done the tarp and everything, I thought, you know, when that thing's firing up, hopefully it won't set the wood on fire. But I was afraid, if anything, it would melt that thin little tarp, and it still might happen. I'll have to keep an eye on it. So what I did, I had some thin sheets, some little long sheets of aluminum. Handy. So I went, cut the lengths of them and stapled them. And that's my heat reflector. So hopefully that reflect the heat and keep it off the top. Or see. Let's eat. Oh man, we did fire a little bit up the other day. I had some pork ribs in the freezer. I had those since the end of 2021. Some of my stuff I've got to start rotating, get it out. It was good. But we just want to say hi, kind of checking in, letting y'all know we're doing okay. Spring is getting here. It's going to be a lot of yard work needing to be done. The garden is going to have to start being dealt with. I would rather depend on a few vegetables from that than go into our local stores getting that GMO crap. Don't want it. So just want to kind of show you a few little changes we had to do around the house, and then that little praise report on the electric bill. So that's, like I said, it's a lot of work, you know. You gotta remember at a certain time to switch everything over. So but hey, you know, it is what it is. And I'm home and I never go anywhere. On that, hadn't really been doing any metal detecting. I don't really have that much. Sometimes I kind of have a desire, but I got a lot of stuff. I got, you know, taking care of mama and then taking care of myself. You know, as we get older, sometimes we're not in the best shape. Then I got a lot of stuff, you know, start doing around the house. You know, somebody's got to do it. I don't mind it. I enjoy it. I enjoy being out in the sun. I enjoy cutting the grass, and nothing like smelling a fresh cut yard. But y'all have a blessed day. Joanne and I, we say bye and thank you for watching. We'll check with you soon. Keep you updated on any little changes. And hopefully one day soon we'll have something kind of cool to show. Y'all have a blessed day. Being retired. We are gone. Bye-bye.